It's been a minute.
You are listening to the
I'll
B.I.G.
tell
Show
everybody
with
the
your
truth
hosts,
about you
Calvin and
when
Garland.
we get
The
started.
B.I.G. Show is a weekly breakdown of the sports world from a fan's perspective. Here are your hosts, Calvin and Garland.
It is the big show.
Big up, big up.
And we are finally back. I mean, back as a team, because
Right.
Garland been back for like a month now. Garland been doing the music thing. He been a special guest on other things. You know what I mean? I'm all out in the cold and shit. By the way, I am Calvin, if y'all forgot. I know y'all know who Garland is. We're live on YouTube right now. We're on all the podcast platforms. And if you have Spotify, you will get to see our beautiful faces. Some of us for the first time in like a month. Some of us you've seen earlier today.
Hey y'all.
Today.
He was holding out, y'all. He was holding out. I was like, Calvin, come on back. It's time to do a show. He busy. He in New York. He with the grandson. He here. He there. He traveling. He out in the western part of the state, and then he over here. I just be looking up. I just be hearing him talk in a group chat. Like, yeah, right now we having some steaks, and I'm like, oh, I guess the show ain't really this. I guess he's saying, yeah, you ride out these golden era albums because I got stuff to do.
Hey man, none of that is true. As a matter of fact, it's so not true.
Okay, there you your picture. I was gonna say, what happened to your picture?
Oh, my background fell. My little partition fell. I cut it. I cut the camera while I was picking it up. See what I'm saying? Nothing in my house is used to recording anymore. This is all brand new shit. I'm making rookie mistakes and shit. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Garland can talk all that shit he wanted to talk, but y'all saw Garland earlier today in the damn recording podcast. Last week, Garland out there with celebrities. You know what I mean? Listen, man, I'm just here. I'm just trying to hold out. I feel like, you know who I feel like? I feel like Dylan Gabriel. I was here, and then what's your boy named DJ Wiz? He came in and just took my number.
Wisdom
Beats took my number. he took my number like and now I'm weighing 67.
Right. Y'all try to get that, bro. I'm like, yeah, Cal, you wanna come? Oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna be out of town. I'm at the wine festival. You know it's wine season, y'all. So the sommelier, he's at all the wine festivals. If you want to catch some sports commentary, go to Wine in the Woods. go to the little wine joint downtown, the little wine fest downtown where they had the wines at. That's where you're gonna catch them. Can't get them in the studio. Yeah, Wine Village. Thank you. See, I don't even know. Yeah, catch them at the Wine Village, y'all, because it's wine season, bro. That bro, it's hard to get him now. It's hard to get him on a mic.
Hey,
that's wine season.
That's because I be feeling so bad. Now I gotta mix my wine with my booze, and we call it woozy because I don't know which way I'm going now.
See what I tell y'all. I tell y'all.
Hey man, I'm glad we back. Glad to get a chance to record again.
Yeah, because this might be the last show for a couple weeks.
I was just about to say, hopefully this will be the start of a whole new relationship. I guess not.
Vacation coming up.
You know what? Don't even worry about it. Let me. What DJ Wisdom Beats number? I'm sure he'll fill in.
Right. Give my man Wisdom. He only got 72. He might as well go ahead and get my number 2.
Hey, Wisdom. How does it feel to be me?
Y'all, this man. I was like, come on, man. You know some of these albums? Nah. I'm a
Listen.
star. He's like, you out here. I'm doing all the work.
It's funny though. As I listen to it, and if you all haven't listened to them, you definitely need to listen to the Golden Era podcast. It's on the same feed. If you haven't listened to them, make sure you do. But as
Yeah,
I'm
take a listen.
listening to them, I realize I know more about hip hop than I thought I did. Now I'm not as in
Mm-hmm.
depth as the both of
I
you two.
I was telling you.
But yeah, man, the songs that you're mentioning, the albums that have come out, I may not know the years, but when you mention them, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my joint. You mentioned EPMD, and I was all over.
Yes.
You
We should have did an
mentioned
EPMD
EPMD.
album. I would have had you on there.
Oh, I
Should
would
have
have
did
been
the
on.
first one.
I would have. I'm the second one. I'm unfinished business. I'm
Oh, okay,
unfinished
you
business. I
unfinished
start
business.
with them. I start
Okay.
with that one. But nah, man. So if you haven't listened to it, I mentioned it before. But if you haven't listened to it, make sure you check out the podcast. It's in our feed, the Golden Era podcast. What is it? 5? You did 5? Was
Yeah, we did 5
this one your last
episodes.
one?
We just did the last episode. We got the Jazz talking about a Tribe Called Quest, the Low End Theory. That's a great album. It's definitely shaped the sound towards the latter end of the golden era of hip hop. And so, yeah, man, we went from Eric B. and Rakim, starting with the lyrical to the Black Power Revolutionary with Public Enemy to the eclectic with De La Soul to gangster with NWA in the West Coast. And we ended it back in New York with the jazz sound with Q-Tip and a Tribe Called Quest. So yeah, check it out, y'all, if you
Yeah,
can.
very good. Very good.
Yeah, man, let's go ahead and jump on into it, man. And so, if you're watching this, you can see we got little pictures up and stuff. We're trying to be cute, but anyway, congratulations to the New York Knicks, 2026 NBA champions. This is the Knicks' first championship since 1973. Quick trivia, Calvin: who did they beat in 1973 for the title?
Jeez, I
I'm gonna give
just
you a
saw it
hint.
too.
Your favorite team?
The Lakers.
Yes. They beat
That
Jerry West.
that
I
was
think,
everybody beat Jerry West.
yeah, I think Will Chamberlain was on that team as well. I don't think Elgin Baylor was on that team, but yeah, they beat them in 1973 for the NBA title. The Knicks were 16-3 overall in the playoffs, and they were just dominant throughout. Now, the San Antonio Spurs, they held the lead. I saw this, and I had to go look it up to make sure it was true. The Spurs held the lead for approximately 72% or roughly 173 minutes of the total time during the 2026 NBA Finals and have the distinction of blowing the biggest lead in the finals game. We all saw it. They were leading by 29 and wind up losing that game. So let me ask you this question. Did the Knicks win or did the Spurs lose?
This is cliche. It's a combination of both. But if you recall, we've talked about this in our group chat. We refer to our group chat a lot, but I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned quite a few times that the Knicks just know how to win. Even though the Spurs gave up them leads, the Knicks swept the previous two series, and they came in. They didn't. This what do they call this, a gentleman's sweep, but they were
Yeah, gentlemen
down.
sweep.
They were down each game, and they just double digits by that, and they just kept coming back and winning these games, man. I mean, it's cliche. It's going to be a little bit of both because that coaching in that 29-point game was horrendous, but the Knicks actually won this series. And if you watch the last game, the coaching wasn't bad. The Knicks just went ahead and took off in spite of Big Cat only having 2 points and fouling out in the most critical part of the game. So no, man, the Knicks won this series. The Knicks came and took it. The Knicks got everything they needed out of this series.
Yeah, as much as I want to hate on New York, I'm not going to hate on New York. You're right. They closed it out. That was the biggest difference to me was that the Knicks had a closer and the Spurs did not have a closer. Now, we love Wemby. Wemby does a lot. He shoots the threes. He can take you off the dribble, all that great stuff. That's great. But when you need a basket down low with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, I don't know if Wemby's your man or not. And meaning the Knicks, they had tough enough defensive centers, although Cat fouled out. Mitchell Robinson played very well in the series. He didn't have to score. He just needed to keep him out the paint and make him work for his shots. And that was more than enough. And the Knicks had Brunson. Jalen Brunson was able to close out the games for them. And that was the biggest difference. Outside of Wemby, was Castle going to close out the game? Was Harper going to close out the game? Definitely not De'Aaron Fox. We saw what he did when he tried to close out the game. He got his layup block, one of the dumbest plays you'll ever see. With you get the ball with 9 or 10 seconds left. All you got to do is dribble it out, and he tries to attempt. Yeah, he attempts a layup, and the layup gets blocked. And I saw something online that says that the NBA, sometimes they rate the referees and calls. They went back and looked at that call and said a foul should have been called on that. But of course, you're not going to call a foul unless you wanted to get dragged out of Madison Square Garden. No referee was going to make that call at that time. And that's, to me, I think the Knicks won because, like you said, they knew how to close. The Spurs, young team, oldest starter, 27 years old, who is De'Aaron Fox. They don't know how to close. When I was thinking about go ahead, bro.
No, I was just about to say, and as much as me and Garland went back and forth on this yesterday, so I'm not going to rehash it, but Mike Brown outcoached them. Mike Brown.
I was going to say that.
Had a perfect, I mean, nothing's perfect, but a damn near perfect, flawless coaching playoffs and final series. I mean, he pulled all the right triggers. I mean, what can you say? If there's a coaching MVP of the finals or of the playoffs, it has to go to Mike Brown easily.
I was going to say that as well. That, to me, that was one of the factors I think that really won the series for the Knicks. It was Mike Brown. Mike Brown schemed them up. I mean, you're down 29 and you come back out of halftime, and it wasn't like they were just playing the game. Like, yeah, you played to try to stay in there, but they gave it to their best player. They still kept on moving the ball. His substitutions really worked because Mikal Bridges, I don't know if he played in the series or not. You didn't really get a lot out of him. So, he puts in Jose Alvarado. He produces for him. Anunoby, people saying that Brunson's the king of New York. If Brunson's the king, then Anunoby is the prince in waiting to be the king. He really should be co-king if you were to split the kingdom, because he really played, I won't say above his head, but he definitely kept them in the game. And I think that was the thing that really made them dangerous, was that, Mike Brown, nothing against Mitch Johnson. It was great. Second year, he gets them to the finals, but we got a master class pretty much from Mike Brown. And to give y'all a little background on what me and Calvin are talking about with Mike Brown, we were talking about coaches for the Wizards. And I was saying that no coach was going to take the Wizards job, especially a coach like Mike Brown, that coach that wants to win. Why would you go to a team that's basically starting over, that doesn't have any championship aspirations, to go out all those years, and then once they get good, you get fired? He's going to want to go to a ready-made team.
Now, see, it sounds good now, but that's not what you said.
That's what I said.
These are your exact words, and don't worry, I'm going to sift through the archives. These are your exact words. I forgot who got hired, and then you were like, well, they don't have anybody good out there. I mean, who they going to go get? Mike Brown? Mike Brown? I was like, yo, Mike Brown ain't a bad coach.
Yeah, somebody got hired. But hey, Mike Brown, he finally produced. But I mean, Mike Brown, he's been to a finals before. They lost. He had the greatest player of this generation in LeBron. He helped the Kings improve Sacramento, and he was a great assistant with Golden State. But I mean, he's had several head coaching jobs, and I mean, let's not forget he coached your Lakers too.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Yeah, and I think they had LeBron on that team, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, maybe Google it later. But if I'm not mistaken,
They may have. They may
he
have.
may have had LeBron that second time on that team before they. This is before they hired the guy that LeBron got fired. Before they just hired his boy from Duke. You know, LeBron's a coach killer. I don't even know how we get on LeBron,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
think that was a yeah. I agree with you. I think that was a big factor of why the Knicks won the series was Mike Brown, and I think that pixie dust that we saw on the San Antonio players in the previous series against OKC with Stephon Castle, with Harper, although Harper played well at times, um, they really played above their head. But in this series, you didn't really get that impact. Um, wh- any other factors you think contributed to the Spurs losing this?
Yeah, you can't keep Wemby high. You can't have Wemby
Right.
the one dribbling the ball. Like you said, you were mentioning if you need some points, do you give the ball to Wemby low? Well, you can if that's what you're practicing, if that's what your scheme is. But he's not staying low on the blocks. Wemby needs to be one of those old school Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, one of those
Mm-hmm.
old school big guys where
Kareem.
this is your lane. Kareem, this is your lane right here. We don't need you at the 3-point line. We don't need you anywhere. We need you right here. That's where it
Yeah.
should be.
Especially in those close games. I mean, get fouled, go to the foul line. I
Exactly.
don't want to see you in a pick and roll, a pick and pop shooting threes. There was one point, I think it was in game 5 when they had the lead and they were losing it. He shot like maybe 2 or 3 straight 3 pointers. He wasn't even set. He just got the ball and just threw it up. It's like, okay, bro, you got to get these threes are not falling like they were in the first half. You got to get in a position to get a better shot or at least get fouled. And I think that's what the thing with Brunson. Brunson just wasn't settling for threes. He was also driving when the opportunities were there, and he was getting fouled. And he was going to the foul line. And so, yeah, I think just growth. I think it's growth. Being young, not having that experience. I'm sure if they get in this position next year, maybe it'll be a little bit different. Hey, man, while we're on the subject of, I'm sorry, oops, I went too fast. I'm sorry, everybody. I got to go back for a minute. And I thought I had made man. Oh, you know what? I didn't, but I'll leave it here. As a matter of fact, uh, Jalen Brunson. He was named MVP for the series. He was also, and this is crazy, I didn't realize this. He was also selected as the NBA Cup MVP as well. And so the
Oh,
Knicks,
okay.
they've done a rare double double. They won the NBA Cup and they won the NBA Finals, something the Lakers couldn't do. I know the Lakers won the cup and they put up a banner, but the Knicks actually they could go ahead and put up 2 banners. They won the cup and they won the finals. But anyway, nonetheless, he averaged 32 points a game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals per game across the 5-game series. I got into a debate with somebody on one of my other chat lines, and I want to ask you: does this make Brunson the greatest Nick ever?
Yeah, I've heard this debate a little bit. I mean, I know Patrick ain't never win none.
Bernard King ain't never win one.
Yeah, it's
I mean, to
it does
me,
it does not make him the greatest Nick. He's a Nick Hall
okay.
of Famer. He you could probably, I don't know enough Nick history prior to the late 80s Knicks, early 90s Knicks, with starting with Patrick Ewing and them, to really tell you, I know the names, the Willis Reeds and all, I know the names, but I don't know enough to say that he can't be top 5 or top 10. But he's not the greatest. He's not the greatest Nick of all
I would
time.
agree with you. As I said to my friend, I mean, Walt Frazier, Bill Bradley, and Willis Reed kind of all have something to say about that. They won 2 NBA championships. They're Hall of Famers. They were in the NBA top 50 and top 75 players of all time. I understand Jalen Brunson was really underestimated. before he got to New York, he was averaging about 16 points a game for the Mavs. He was just a low double digit scorer. He was not a dominant guy. I mean, they had Luca on that team, so there was no way he was going to be the dominant guy. And he came to New York, right system, right timing, and he blew up. He became the man. And I respect that. But let's not make him the greatest Nick of all time. I mean, is he a top five guard in the league? Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, yes. But greatest Nick of all time, let's slow down. Let's see what his ready. But people, man, they ready to put people all the way in. He greater than
Recency
Jordan.
bias. Recency
Yeah.
bias.
Yeah, so yeah, slow down, people. He's great. He had a great series. He's played great for New York. I mean, but let's not forget last year the Pacers ran them out of town. Old boy was shooting all them threes all over the court. He could barely do anything against them, and so, but he got his thing on this year, so we're gonna give it to him in the playoffs. No hate on that one. All right. This is Brendan Sorsby, and Brendan Sorsby, he's decided that he's going to enter the NFL supplemental draft. But before that, there was a big controversy because um, a district judge ruled that Sorsby, who admitted to betting on college football, could have played for Texas Tech after sitting out the first two games of the season. Sorsby, who has been diagnosed with gambling and anxiety disorders, would have been required to continue addiction treatment according to the court's ruling. And so the NCAA they was trying to appeal this. It's been a big fight over it. People blaming the court, people blaming Texas Tech, all of those things. And so now that he's opted to enter the NFL supplemental draft, Calvin, do you think he's going to get drafted by a team?
Somebody will take a chance on him.
Wow.
They were talking about that if he had gone into the draft this year, he would have been the top 3, top 4 quarterback in the draft. So if you're looking for I'm gonna give you a team right now. If you're a Pittsburgh Steeler fan and you're looking for a quarterback that could possibly pop, you take somebody like him. Now the issue is because it's a supplemental draft, that means you have to give up a draft pick for the following year. And how high do you want to go? And are you afraid somebody would outbid him? But somebody will give him a chance. I mean, we've had worse quarterbacks in the league. Somebody will give him a chance.
Hey, if they would not keep Burt Reynolds when he was in it was a semi-pro, semi-tough, when he was gambling on the games and he got put out the league.
You didn't have draft. You didn't have
I know you didn't have a
DraftKings
supplement,
sponsoring them.
right?
DraftKings wasn't sponsoring them back then.
He ended up in jail and whatnot, playing with the black NFL players who was in jail too. I'll say this, man. I don't know, as an organization, would I feel comfortable with taking a chance on a guy that is dealing with gambling disorder? Uh I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I would want to take a chance on that. If my quarterback got hurt and he's the backup, and could I trust that he is playing to win, or is he playing to beat the spread? I don't know. And to me, enough doubt has been cast that I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze on this one, bro.
you,
I
you
I, I go ahead.
I hear you. I hear you. But let's look at a guy like Josh Gordon, who got hit up multiple
Yeah.
times for drugs. Let's look at a guy like what's the Raider name? That's talking about attempting to make a comeback when he finishes his jail. Ruggs.
Henry
Henry
Ruggs.
Ruggs, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got guys in the league, not to mention domestic abusers. You got guys in the league doing that. You got guys. Kareem Hunt. He get video of knocking the woman out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you
Yeah.
got guys that have done things that have still gotten second chances. This guy he had a second chance in college, but because the other teams are saying they might not play, I guess he decided, let me get my $5 million, let me get my NIL money and just try to get into this NFL thing. Why not give the guy a chance? He didn't gamble in the NFL. He gambled in college. So the NFL really doesn't have a leg to stand on if they try to say no, you can't come, or maybe we should suspend you. And I know we're talking about teams, but teams have given lesser guys lesser positions for far worse. I
I
mean, you
mean,
take a chance on them.
weed and coke is one thing, but gambling and throwing games is another.
Yeah, man,
And
but
yeah, I
it's
mean, I
all
understand, Josh. They had to get him in
how
marijuana
many times?
rehab,
How
and
many
a
times?
couple times, a lot of times,
Dexter
and stuff.
Manley. How many
Yeah,
times?
he was snorting up the lines on the field. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but yeah, to me, I mean, hey, some of the greatest players. I mean, if you played football in the 70s and 80s, you snorted some coke. You know, the cocaine 80s. How many people was on crack
Hmm.
playing the game and stuff?
Lawrence
And
Taylor
so,
over here, Michael Irvin over
right,
here.
I understand, but they weren't gambling. They just gambling with their health. They
Yeah,
wasn't gambling on the game.
but you
Just for
give,
me, I don't know. As an owner, I would just always have it in the back of my head. All right, he threw a
of
set in
course,
this. He threw an
and you
interception.
should.
What was that a part of the fix, or did he just really just misread the coverage?
I
And I think
agree.
that's going to happen whenever he make. What do we say now when in a crucial game and a player makes a mistake? The first thing
He
we say is the
he
fix is
shaving.
on.
He's shaving.
He's
Yeah, he's
shaving
shaving
points.
points.
That's the first thing we say.
It's
So imagine you got Brendan Sorsby as your quarterback and he fumbles. Oh my God. That
well, what's his name got caught gambling and he's got a second chance. What's the wide receiver name that was with Atlanta? Then he went to now he's
oh
with
yeah, yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
went to
yeah. He went to
Jacksonville. Now
Tennessee.
he's with
Hmm.
Tennessee.
Yeah, he
Um,
did, but he was dumb. He voted. He was doing the online at the facility.
I'm just, but
And it wasn't his team. He was actually gambling on college football, and he was dumb. He did it online at the facility, and that was the issue.
I'm just a firm believer in, people make mistakes. You know what I mean?
I agree. We all make mistakes. I'm not mistake free. I'm just saying
He sh-
I would
you,
always
you,
have.
you,
It's like that.
yeah.
I'll put it like this. It's like if a woman cheated on us and we forgave her and we brought her in and she went out and you couldn't reach her and she come back late. What you gonna think?
Yeah, so you out there sucking dick again?
Man, you okay. All right, man, let's move on. Right.
I agree, but give the young man a chance.
Okay.
First, he's got to get picked up.
Right.
Using a 6th or 7th round pick on him may not be as bad. Now, using a first, second, even a 3rd round pick, that might be a little high, but a later round pick, I don't think you're missing
Hey,
anything with that.
UDFA. You can come on in,
That's another
undrafted.
thing. Yeah, he could be undrafted. Yeah.
And if you make it, you make it. If you don't, hey, thanks for coming in. We wish you the best on what you doing and stuff. But yeah, nah, you ain't gonna be here with us. Hey man, let's talk about our Orioles. As you know, Calvin and I are season ticket holders, and we've been out to the yard for several games this season. And so we're just going to do kind of like a monthly assessment of where the O's are and what the O's are doing. And so, Calvin, this is a team. How do you put it? They're bad. I mean, this is a team that every time they take one step forward, they take 5 steps back. You know, you think that they put it together and then they go on a tear of dumb losses, error riddled losses, getting picked off a second base, um, getting leads, and then the relief pitcher coming in and promptly giving back the lead, um, having bases loaded, no one out, and can't score a run. Your shortstop, who's your franchise player, he can't make basic plays at shortstop. And then the other phenom that you drafted, number one, that's supposed to be your next franchise player, he can barely hit. He hasn't popped. We still waiting for him to pop, and he hasn't popped yet. And he can't really field either. And then the third baseman, who you guys were touting was a big bat, he can't make basic plays at third either. And he's a feast and famine player. Either he hits a home run or he strikes out. We went to the Mariners game last week, Tuesday night. They had runners on base several times, and Mayo came up to bat, and each time he struck out. He had a 3 strikeout game. That's pretty much Mayo in a nutshell. I'm looking at their record, Calvin. So after they split 2 with the Blue Jays. They went up to Boston. They won 2 of 3. Then they went no, they went up to Boston first because they had the Blue Jays at home.
Right.
So they went up to Boston. They won 2 or 3. They went to Toronto. They won the first game, and then they lost the next 2. Then they lost the first 2 to the Mariners at home. They won the last 2. Then they beat the Padres the first game, and then they lost to the Padres the last 2 games. And so they went 3-4 in their homestand. Now they head west. They face the Mariners, the Dodgers, and the Angels. What's your assessment of the Orioles right now? Is this a team that's going to be sellers at the trade deadline? Is this an easy fix? I mean, do we have a future here? Because about 3 years ago, this team was the envy of the league. You had these young players, people on the farm. You stacked. You posed. You made the playoffs. You posed for a run, and they ain't looking like nowhere near the playoffs. So, what's your thoughts about the O's?
And don't forget they were the number 1 seed in the playoffs that year.
Right.
They were
Yeah.
the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
And they right now their road record is terrible. And to go up against Seattle, then you got to go to LA. Like I'm not seeing a path there. We've asked one another before, are they going to be buyers or sellers? Now, because the American League is just top heavy, there's plenty opportunities. And what are they? 4 games below 500 right now.
Yeah, just looking at it right now, no, they're 4 games below 500, and they are 10.5 out behind New York, who has the lead in the division, and Tampa's behind them a game and a half out.
But what are they in the wild card? They're not. They're probably about 2 or 3.
Let me look that up while you're talking right
But
now.
with
Wild
that being
card, yeah,
said,
they're like fifth.
yeah.
No, they're
So
sixth. They're sixth
so
right now.
so the American League is top heavy, and there's always an opportunity. But the problem is, you need them to be better than just making a wild card or just contending for a wild card if you want to be a buyer. Because this is if you're buying, that means you are giving up some farm arms. You're giving up some farm bats. And when we look at the future, there's nothing there. I mean, you'll be renting guys for a half a season at that. And you don't want to give up everything and then you're just mortgaging your future out. It's really difficult to say, but I think if they do not get above 500 and they are not contending for the actual division lead, I think they'll be sellers.
Wow. They're 2.5 out of the second wild card right now. And that's crazy. For as bad as they've been,
Yeah, that's what I
they,
mean. The American
yeah,
League
yeah,
is
the
not
American League
strong.
is not strong. Um, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you hold pat. I guess my concern is they won't spend the money. I don't have a problem with you holding pat, but you won't go out and get great players to put with what you got. Yeah, you went and got Alonso, and Alonso's been up and down. Yes, he's kind of swung the bat better in the last several games, but the pitching, you won't invest in great pitching. You won't invest in another power bat, and you keep on. We're waiting for Cowser. We're waiting for Mayo, Westberg. Lord knows when he's going to be back in the lineup. Um, you might not have Adley after another year or two. Free agency's coming up, and so that's my thing. What's the future? what's the future? What do you have that you can really hang your hat on that this team is going to compete? Because these other teams that are constantly there, they're going out and either they got the players coming up from the farm system and they produce when they get in the majors, or they're going out and they're getting players to supplement also what they already have on their teams. And so, um, I still enjoy going to the games.
Yeah,
I
of
got a
course.
call from the Orioles asking me how things are going the other day and what have you, the check in. They do a great job with that. I love the fan experience going to the game. And more than likely, I probably will invest in season tickets again next season. But I really want to see some better performance on the field. I mean, it's frustrating, seeing this. These guys are really in games, but they can't. I think a lot of these losses, Calvin, you think if they could score a run or two, or more than just one run off on the error, they probably would have a way. They would be above 500.
Or if they stop some of the errors, they would be above
Yeah,
500. I mean, it's just we're in a bad relationship with the Orioles. We love them. They act like they love us, but they don't feel it. Don't feel like they love us. They tell us everything we want to hear, but then when it comes down to it, same old Orioles. I mean, we had the 2 years of the playoffs, didn't win any playoff games, got swept both years, but at least we went. At least we were able to spend money to buy playoff tickets. That's just
right,
who
right.
hurt who hurts more? Who hurts us more, the Ravens or the Orioles? God damn.
Yeah. I would say the Orioles. The
Orioles,
Orioles,
definitely the Orioles. The
Orioles
Orioles
hurt
have
you a little
more
bit more.
opportunity to hurt us
Right,
because they got 162 games, so they have
right.
a lot more chances to hurt us.
We're gonna be happy this year because there ain't no John Harbaugh, but we'll get to football when it's time for football. But I think we're gonna be feeling a whole lot better because I think the city just had a internal hate for John Harbaugh, and so we'll see what happens with that team. Hey man, something really just disgusting happened, and I'm gonna play this clip. But first, let me read a little bit of the background. After winning the biggest fight of his career Sunday night on the South Lawn of the White House, UFC heavyweight Josh Hokett targeted an unexpected person in his post-fight interview, former First Lady Michelle Obama. So let me go ahead and play this clip.
The beast that's ready to feast. And lastly, Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America? Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. And I don't even want to leave that daggone video up, man. What is going on now? It's crazy uh, when black athletes make statements. We say, or it's said, "Shut up and dribble." Uh, this is sports. This is not politics. We don't want to know your views. But you can have white athletes get up on the federal property on the lawn of the White House and call a former first lady a man. And I have not heard any national outcry. I have not heard anything from the White House saying that this was wrong and the person needs to apologize. We haven't heard anything from Paramount Plus, the owners of Paramount who broadcasted this event. We haven't heard anything from the owner of the UFC. What's his name? Dan White or I forget his name. It's probably not
Dana White.
Dana White. Dana White. Outside of, I wish he wouldn't have said it. But where's the sanction? Where's the you're suspended? Where is this is not in alignment with who we are as an organization? Where is that, Calvin?
First of all, we know that the leadership of this nation has emboldened these racists and some of these coons to just go out and disrespect the Obamas at will, not to mention disrespecting all minorities and immigrants at any moment they get. I mean, if you're on social media, you could spend a day, a year just watching disrespectful posts to about immigrants and black people. But let's start with the initial problem. Well, the secondary problem in this, because the initial problem is the leadership in this country. The secondary problem is having a UFC match on the lawn of what is supposed to be the most respected
Right.
house in
Sacred.
in the country. I mean, let's start there. You're just making a mockery of it. Now let's add to that. This was built and billed as a 250th anniversary of this nation. So this is how you disrespect one of the builders of this
The
most
nation.
recent part of the nation. So
Right.
you're disrespecting the president and his family on a day that we're supposed to celebrate the nation. You know, Jamel Hill said it, and they always get on her, but she's like, why am I supposed to be proud when this guy is literally disrespecting a black woman on a day that's supposed to celebrate America? How are we supposed to be proud of something like that? How are we supposed to feel like we're part of this nation? If you look out in the crowd, you didn't see any of us, rarely.
Right.
Jason Williams was there, and I don't know if you heard his. Anyway. Then they were giving out free tickets, but you
And
had to meet a
I
certain
think
criteria.
Bud Crawford was there too. He took a picture with Trump. And anyway, go ahead, bro.
That they were giving out free tickets, but you had to meet a certain criteria. You had to be tall and proportioned in your waist. I mean, it's one of these things where everything that they do is disrespectful to the normal, average, everyday citizen of the United States. And that goes beyond race. It's disrespectful to poor people. It's disrespectful to people with ailments. It's disrespectful to handicapped people, but yet and still, there's no one standing up to this. You know, first of all, I'm glad you pronounced his name the way it should be pronounced because I think it's Hockett, but to me it's
Mhm.
Hokit because he's a Hokit. But but it's one of these things where America may have been built on the premise of equality and unity, but
Right.
clearly, today's version of America is the same as the version of America that enslaved us. And all they care about is themselves. If you're not a white man, a rich white man, a rich, powerful white man, then they really have no use for you.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't support UFC, and I never will. I think it's human cockfighting anyway. But yeah, this is disgusting. I'm not expecting any type of apology from the president because he.
Why would we?
Well, yeah, why would we? But you people. I mean, you people. There are people of our color that are running out here supporting Donald Trump, supporting UFC and Dana White and all of these particular things. But yeah, it's disappointing. But I
You
agree.
always and we always try to say we hate to make it political, but they make it political.
Right.
And then when we rebuttal, we're the ones in the wrong. We're the
We're
snowflakes. How can
crazy.
you get offended? Like this is the same president that put up a tweet that had the Obamas as gorillas, and they tried to say, "Oh no, it was part of the Lion
Mhm.
King." There were no apes in the Lion King. Not one. Not one.
And it's crazy. And I know a couple weeks ago we had talked about this about the proposed boycott of SEC schools, and there were some people, Bomani and a couple other people questioning it. Why would you want, these athletes to boycott, what have you? And I was saying, that we see all of this outward political action from white athletes, and we just accept it, and it's okay. But when we try to rally today's black athletes, because we did have a generation of black athletes that were strong political, really trying to impact community, in the life of African Americans. We don't really have that anymore because it's more about money now. It's, like Bill Rhoden's book, $40 million Slaves. Because of the money and the tie into endorsements and stuff, people are concerned about fumbling the bag. But we're fumbling life in that same aspect as well. And so let's go on, man. Let's go ahead. We're at the point in time that everybody loves in the program. Come on, yo. And so we're gonna go ahead and close out with some come on yos. You still there, bro? Would you drop something?
No, I'm here. I didn't know I hit the video. Hold on.
Yeah, you hit your video. All right, there you go.
I was so angry. Man, I'm mad at the man. The man tried to silence me.
The man. Hey, man, since I got this picture up, this is part of my come on, yo. So let me go ahead and say, come on, yo. Please, everybody, stop with the apologies to Jalen Brunson. Let's stop. In this picture is Becky Hammond. Maybe about 2 years ago, Becky Hammond was on one of the NBA shows on ESPN, and they were evaluating the signing of Jalen Brunson to the Knicks. And she said that she did not think he was a top player or worth the amount of money that he was signed for. And Becky Hammond wasn't the only person that said this. A whole lot of people in the know that, follow the game, that, write on the game, that, report on the game regularly. And most New York fans were like, Jalen Brunson, they wanted Kyrie. If you remember correctly, they wanted LeBron, but they went out and got Jalen. Jalen was never a 20-point scorer until he got to the Knicks. We didn't know he was going to turn into this guy, but now we don't need to make people apologize for their assessments of him. It was a fair assessment. We don't need to drag Becky Hammond out to the public square and make her apologize. I saw Stephen Dumb Simps, Stephen A. Dumb Stephen. I saw him apologize to Brunson. It must have been either today or yesterday on ESPN on First Take. No, he did that for theater. You do not have to apologize. It's okay. We did not see that potential then. We did not see that Jalen Brunson was going to turn into a 32-point a game scorer in the finals. If you did, you lying. You didn't see it when he was in Dallas. Nobody saw it when he was in Dallas. He got to the right team at the right time, right system. And he blew up. Great for him. But no, you don't need to apologize. Let's start with the apology. Everybody needs to apologize to Jalen. No, they don't. So come on, yo. Cut this out. She needs to apologize. He needs to apologize for what they said about. No, they don't. No, they don't. Because you ain't believe Jalen Brunson was going to do this either. Boy.
Yeah, man. And it's funny you mentioned that because I thought I was the only one that felt that way. I mean, they were all right for the previous years. And from based on what you've seen, it was like you said, it was a fair assessment. If we're going to start apologizing, then we need to start apologizing to players like Tom Brady that got drafted in the 6th round, Brock Purdy that was Mr. Irrelevant. We need to apologize to the Cleveland Browns for every quarterback that they've picked in the 1st round that did not hit since they've been back in the NFL, because we were wrong about those evaluations also. It's what they're paid to do, and none of them said anything that was disparaging for him. They just, for Jalen Brunson, they were just, this is our evaluation of him, and based on what he's done previously, it was a fair assessment, and good for him for outplaying it. And if I'm him, you want to apologize to me? Remember, I took a little bit less money so we could build this team up. You want to apologize to me?
Right.
Pay me.
Right.
Pay me. That's my apology. Pay me. Give me that money.
There you go. Yeah, but everybody, she gotta apologize. They need to apologize to Jalen.
It really wasn't that serious. And the only reason it came up is because of how he's played in the playoffs. That's really the only reason it came up.
God.
So, hey man, I know we said we're going to deal with them in a few months, but the guy rubbed me the wrong way, and I had to. Come on, yo, come on, Ben Roethlisberger. On his podcast, they were asking him about the teams in the AFC North, and they got to the Ravens, and this clown going to say, "Oh well, that should be 2 wins for us." Now, mind you, they don't play us till week 15. Oh, that's going to be 2 wins for us. I think their window has closed. I think they're a team that is just that they're falling apart. I mean, they lost Harbaugh. They're just falling apart, sir. Y'all been waiting 2 years in a row for a quarterback that's over 40 years old. You only beat us in the first game because the calls were bad, the NFL admitted. You only beat us in the second game because Tyler Loop missed the goddamn field goal. And sir, let me how the girl said on TikTok, sir. I don't want to hold your hand, but come over here while I say this to you. Come on. You know y'all lost Mike Tomlin, right? So you gonna worry about us losing Harbaugh and say we're falling apart? Y'all literally lost the only thing that kept you all together for the past 20 years, which was Mike Tomlin. Are you fucking?
That's the only reason why you beat the Ravens.
Exactly. Come on, Ben Roethlisberger. Are you fucking serious? Matter of fact, by the time you play us in week 15, I doubt if y'all will even be in contention. So how you going to call for 2 wins? The last game of the season probably won't mean shit for y'all.
Right.
Won't mean anything for y'all. Come on, Ben Roethlisberger. First of all, we're not even going. That's another guy they gave chances to, because he like to touch people where he ain't supposed to be touching people. So I wish we did have a no tolerance policy in the NFL. Get his ass. Come on, Ben Roethlisberger. You know what? Better yet. Some of these, I think for our new season, because I ain't been here for a while. Our new season, I think I'm gonna do like where's the sound? I'm gonna start doing upgrades.
Yeah. Do that sound.
Let's do an upgrade. Here's the upgrade. First, let me. Here's the upgrade. Ben Roethlisberger, you don't just get it. Come on, yo. You get an upgrade. Fuck you, Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, that
was good. Oh, fucking bastard.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be my new thing. Sometimes we're gonna have to give people an upgrade. They're gonna they get upgraded from the come on yo to the fuck you. So Ben Roethlisberger, you are the first recipient of the fuck you.
That's a shame. No, it's not a shame.
Hey man. It felt good to be back in the driver's seat. You know what I mean? Got your boy DJ Wisdom Beast coming out, being more prepared than me. He got his shit together and shit. I was sitting back here, was like, I felt like Rocky. I had to go back in the lab and start working out.
And they're punching ribs in the freezer, y'all.
Had to, man. Wisdom Beats was killing me over here. Hey, man, shout out to DJ Wisdom Beat. Him and Garland made a great team doing the Golden Era podcast. And like I mentioned before, make sure you check it out. It's a great 5-part series. You'll get to learn a lot. And if you are into hip-hop, you'll feel like I felt with a lot of nostalgia coming back in. So once again, shout out to y'all for that.
Definitely, man. And we back. So yeah, y'all enjoy what we're going to be doing at least for the next week or two before we head out on vacation.
We got vacations coming and all.
Vacations coming.
Hey man, but listen, another great podcast. We're live on YouTube right now. We will be on all your podcast platforms. And if you have Spotify, you don't only get to see our faces, but you get to see the special effects that Garland started driving. And then we find out Garland didn't learn. So Garland went off to college and came back with a little graduate degree and shit. You know what I mean? I'm still over here with my partition falling down and shit. Garland got the visual effects up in this motherfucker.
Graphics up, y'all.
We gonna have to get a whole new credential reel coming at the end and shit with best boys and gaffers and audio visuals and lightings and shit. We got to give people some credit. Now, granted, they all gonna say Garland Thomas, but whatever the fuck, we gonna have to get it.
Catering, Garland Thomas. Limousine services, Garland Thomas.
Play this outro so we can get out of here.
Definitely.
You have been listening to the B.I.G. Show.
Yeah,
The show
man.
was produced and written
Hey,
by
man.
Calvin Coates. And
My
Garland
come on, yo,
Thomas
was
for
about
All
to be
Things
for
Black
wisdom
Production.
beats, but I already
Follow us
used
on
How
all
Does
of
It
your
Feel to Be Me at the
podcast media
beginning, because I should have hit him with that. He would have really been upset.
Right. Don't do that to my man.
Hey, man, I ain't got no beef with him. Hey, man.